Phantom Priest crashes through a church window, kicked into it by Maka wielding Soul Eater in his scythe form. They then proceed to cut him in half, claiming his soul. The next morning, Soul is in bed dreaming of eating, when Blair in her human form, lies on top of him, attempting to awaken him to get out of bed and play. Maka then enters his room to tell him it is time for breakfast. Discovering Soul in such a compromising position with Blair's oversized oranges in his face, Maka is infuriated, and kicks him out his bedroom window for his supposed pervertedness. Later that day, Maka and Soul wait for class to begin. Soul wants to speak with her, but she is trying to study her book. After Soul mocks her as a study hound, she retaliates by hitting him with her Maka chop. She reluctantly allows Soul to discuss what he wanted to talk about. His conversation was concerning the number of academy students and the kid next door who were beaten to a pulp. To scare Maka, Soul reveals the culprit is rumored to be a zombie with a hole on his forehead, and a frightened Maka hits him with her book again. While initially scared, she discounts Soul's story as only a rumor. Suddenly, Spirit Alburn walks into the classroom trying to make a strong impression as a no-nonsense teacher in order to impress Maka, but he succeeds only in annoying his daughter. Spirit explains he is only a temporary teacher to replace their previous instructor, who is now dead. His actions annoy Soul and Maka until this new teacher tells the students that the Death Lord has summoned them. As they walk under the guillotines forming the path from the academy into the death room, Blackstar, holding Tsubaki in her weapon form, waits to surprise his classmates with a sneak attack. But his babbling alerts Maka and Soul to his position. After Blackstar and Tsubaki explain that they were called by Shinigami as well, Maka approaches the Lord's mirror to contact him. Shinigami explains that he wants the students to take a remedial class much to their dismay. Speaking with Maka, he reminds the students that the duty of a Meister is to collect 99 evil souls and 1 witch's soul. Achieving this will transform a Meister's demon weapon into a death scythe. The Lord then reminds Maka and Blackstar that together they have collected 0 souls. He confirms Soul's rumor of a zombie terrorizing the students is true, and that the zombie is their former teacher, Sid, whom they have to capture. While Blackstar is pumped for this mission, Shinigami tells the students that if they fail to retrieve his soul, then they will be expelled from the academy. That evening, Maka and Blackstar with their weapons, arrive where Sid was buried, the same location he has been rumored to be haunting. The students are still struggling with the news Shinigami delivered about their possible expulsion. Soul screams for Sid to show himself so he is not expelled. Maka laments how she fails to uphold her model student status. Blackstar is not bothered, and would much rather defecate on Sid's grave. However, Tsubaki seems to be the only leveled-headed one and tries to keep everyone focused. Suddenly, Sid emerges from the ground, and grabs Maka by her ankles whilst holding her upside down. Soul sees this and transforms, which breaks Sid's hold of his partner. As Maka and Blackstar take hold of their now transformed weapons, Sid brags of the benefits to being a zombie. He also reminds his former students that as 1-star Meisters, they have no hope of defeating a 3-star Meister such as himself. Sid proves to be a highly capable foe in this remedial lesson as he wallops Blackstar into the ground. Blackstar increases his efforts after being hammered and lands a powerful kick on Sid. Meanwhile, Shinigami is watching the battle from the death room with his son. Sid then turns his attention to Maka and attacks with his own tombstone, but she avoids it to his surprise. His hesitance allows Maka to kick him in the face, knocking him to the ground. Soul then asks Maka to attempt Soul Resonance to attack with their new technique, Witch Hunter. However, Maka and Soul have not perfected the technique. She consequently slips as a result of this and accidentally directs her attack at Blackstar, but he has a narrow escape. Maka and Soul begin to blame each other, with neither of them accepting responsibility. While the Meisters are distracted, Sid dives underground to avoid their attacks until he sees an opening to counter. Blackstar therefore uses Trap Star to surround the area around himself and Maka with Tsubaki's chains, which he uses to sense Sid's location. After Sid emerges from underground, Blackstar wraps the chains around Sid, but also captures an infuriated Maka and